Welcome back, student. In the last lecture we have gone through the surfaces related to the coordinate system Cartesian and cylindrical. Today we will discuss about spherical coordinate system. Spherical coordinate system is somewhat difficult to understand, but we need to understand this in the perspective like the way we have understood Cartesian and cylindrical coordinate system. Let's look at this spherical coordinate system. We know the coefficients of spherical coordinate system are r, theta and phi. So there will be three surfaces r theta, theta phi and r phi. So let's understand. Now I will use a red color marker, a simple way to understand. Now see, look at this particular surface which I am drawing. Look at this particular rectangle. Now here I am moving along this vertical direction, because we don't have exact vertical direction. Because if you understand a spherical, once again take an example of watermelon. A piece is cut, a square piece is cut from the watermelon. What are the surfaces what we can have? See here, phi equal to constant. That means what? R will be varying. See, if I draw a line here, something like this. So R is varying and theta is varying. Theta means it is co-latitude. It is angle made with respect to the positive z axis. So this is theta. See, this is theta angle. So to the observer, phi is constant, phi is constant and theta is varying as well as r is varying. So radius is varying and theta is varying. So that means it is r theta plane or phi equal to constant plane. So phi equal to constant plane is also called r theta plane. So r is varying, theta is varying, that means phi equal to constant. Let's look at phi equal to constant plane now. Phi equal to constant. So if you can see this circle, so phi is constant. So there will be two things which are varying. A radius may vary. See, you can see a larger circle from here, you can see a certain larger circle, or you can see a smaller circle from here onwards. So if I see this particular plane, this is theta equal to constant plane. Theta equal to constant means there are two things that must be varying. R is varying and phi is varying. So R is varying and phi is varying, that means there is theta equal to constant plane. R is varying, phi is varying. Okay, let's look at the third surface. You can see this particular thing. See, it look like a circle only, but from this view. So if I am an observer and I am looking from this direction, it looks like a circle. So it is r equal to constant. R equal to constant means remaining two coordinates must be varying. What are those coordinates? R equal to constant, or it is called theta phi plane. So theta is varying, phi is varying. Since it is a complete circle, theta must be varying, phi must be varying, and I will have r equal to constant plane. So these are the three surfaces. You take example of Cartesian, cylindrical or spherical, there will be three surfaces, and these three surfaces can be represented by a single coordinates also. So instead of mentioning it as a theta phi plane, you can represent it as r equal to constant plane. While solving the numericals, this plays a very important role to understand. So let's look at those three planes once again and differential length also in forthcoming slides. See, now differential length, area and volume. So how to remember those surfaces, whether a surface is a vector quantity or what, that we will discuss right now. See, 2 points you remember. Line is a vector, surface is a vector, but volume is a scalar entity. I'll repeat. Point is a vector, line is a vector, surface is a vector if you represent, but volume is a scalar entity. Now to represent this in terms of vectors, let's understand this single formula. If you remember, see, if you just remember this single formula, other formulas are just the corollary of it. So this is important, dl bar. So what is dl bar? It is a differential length which can be represented as dx ax bar. Dx represents the coefficient of x coordinate, dy represents its coefficient of y coordinates, and dz is a coefficient of z coordinate. Now dl bar equal to dx ax bar, dy ay bar and dz az bar. Now see, as we all know, there are three surfaces. Look at this first surface now. So z is varying, y is varying, so it must be dy dz. So variation along y is dy, variation along z is dz. So it is dy dz plane, and as we know, surface is a vector quantity. There must be a unit vector in the direction perpendicular to that particular surface. So if I draw this unit vector, it is in the ax bar direction. So see, ds bar So if it is a yz plane, dy dz ax bar. See, if I forget about this ax bar, ay bar, az bar, so we know if it is a yz plane, it is having variation along y, so it is dy. It is having variation along z, dz, and a unit vector normal to that will be your third coordinate. It's very easy to understand or remember even. Dy dz ax bar. Let's look at this particular surface now. I will use a different color marker. Now you tell me which one is varying. I am moving along z axis, so z is varying. I am moving along x axis, so x is varying. So dx dz, so it is having variation along x, it is having variation along z. There must be, this must be a xz plane. There must be a unit vector perpendicular to this, so it is ay bar. So the next thing we will see is a ds bar for xz plane. It is dx dz ay bar. So dx dz ay bar. So this is for yz plane. Second one is for xz plane, and third one must be for dy dz plane or yz plane. So see, variation along, no, this must be dx, this must be dx. Okay, so the third plane we will see is dx dy. So variation along x, variation along y, variation along x, variation along y, and the unit vector perpendicular to that will be in the az bar direction. So dx dy az bar. So this is the third surface, dx dy and az bar. So this represents our third surface. Okay, so it is x y plane. So three surfaces which can be represented as a vector quantity. Remember once again, surface is a vector entity. To represent a surface, there must be a unit vector normal to the plane, normal to the surface, which is represented. So it is a yz plane, unit vector in the direction normal to the yz will be x. If you can see x, if you consider this yz plane, see this is a 90-degree axis, and I cannot show x-axis exactly perpendicular to you in the direction, but you try to understand the axis which is coming towards you, it is perpendicular to this plane of board, plane of paper, or plane of laptop, whatever it may be. So it is ax bar. If I consider xy xz plane, the unit normal vector in the direction perpendicular to xz plane is a ay bar. And similarly, if I talk about xy plane, if I draw a rectangle here, and if I want to find the surface which is normal, a unit vector normal to this particular surface xy, it must be az bar. So these three things you should be aware of when need to represent a surface. I need two things which are varying and one thing which is normal to the direction of the plane. So it can be represented as this particular thing. So dy dz ax bar, or dx dz ay bar, or dx dy az bar. So all these three things you need to understand to represent any surface in the Cartesian coordinate system. So surface is a vector, that means I need to represent it with a vector entity. Similarly, what will be the volume? As I told you, volume is a scalar entity. So dv is equal to dx dy dz. That's it. It is not having any unit vector. So if I draw a cubical shape, cube will not have any direction. Cube is a six surface closed surface, and volume of a cube, if I want to calculate, it will be dv equal to dx dy dz. That's it. So line is a vector, surface is a vector, but volume is a scalar. Volume is a scalar entity which is not having any certain direction, and it will be calculated as dv. And see, whenever you see this small d with this s bar, small d with l bar, or small d with the volume, it represents differential length, differential surface, and differential volume. So in the next coming lecture, we will talk about differential length, area, and volume of remaining two coordinate system, and we will try to solve certain numericals in the forthcoming videos. So till then, stay home, stay safe, and happy learning. Thank you very much.